Hey everybody, I'm not great, and it's time for us to have another one of those talks. Now, the kind of talks that you have in the only place in the world where school shootings keep happening, over and over and over again. There has been another one. God, we've had mass shootings like almost every day this year in the United States, and every now and then one stands out above the rest. And what we have that happened, I believe, yesterday is a school in Minnesota. It's a Catholic school, I believe, where a shooter came in, uh, fired a bunch of bullets, killed 2 kids, injured 14 more, and 2 or 3 adults on top of that, and then shot himself to death. Ended his own life. Probably shot himself in the face. Good job. Um, uh, so, we get to talk about that a little bit. We always talk about how the United States has no gun laws, um, none that prevent this kind of stuff from happening. That the right wing is all, like, 100% murder hobo whenever it comes to letting people slaughter children wholesale, just whenever they feel like it. no, no, no need to worry about it. You can do that all you want in the United States. But then there's also the aftermath of that. And the aftermath, in addition to this guy, like, straight up being, he's a far right whack job. Also fancied himself as some kind of fucking meme lord. He had, like, meme-ish stuff written all over his weapon, is my understanding. The magazine and the firearm itself. One of them was a meme from a very old webcomic called Control Alt Delete. It was the Lost meme, but represented in, like, stick figures or lines. Sure. But what's happening now, the day after, is, I think, the thing that we need to worry about the most. Which is absolutely fucked to say. It is absolutely fucked to say after, hey, kids are dead. There's something else to worry about too. And that is that the right wing is, some of the right wing nut jobs are gearing up to blame this whole thing on trans people. They are going to blame, instead of guns, instead of far-right rhetoric that turns people into terrorists, instead of a president who is a child rapist and very much enjoys trying to get people murdered through cat's paws and other tools that aren't directly him doing the pulling of the trigger, we have right-wing representatives who are openly stating that they believe that the shooter was trans. He wasn't. And that this is some kind of, like, extension of the homosexual agenda featuring trans people. This is the trans child murdering agenda. And they are calling for trans people to be rounded up. By law enforcement and analyzed and studied. Which, if you're not flashing back to the 1940s, we'll say approximately the middle of Europe, then you need to go and revisit your world history. Because, Hitler had a thing for twins. This isn't quite the same thing. This isn't... I don't even think it was Hitler. It might have been like Himmler or somebody. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. Nazis can go fuck off. This isn't about that. There's nobody who legitimately thinks that they can, like, strap a trans person to a table and, like, cut them open and discover why child shootings happen. Not the least of which reason is because they're not related. They're not correlated. There's nothing connecting the two. It's bullshit. It's stupid fucking bullshit. And I don't know why, but people keep falling for it. People keep on... It's like, hey, yeah, no, this is... Conservatives, the right wing. Hell, I've gotten 2, like, super fascist videos just from my mom today. Through Facebook Messenger. She wonders why I don't call. Yeah, you can't... This is the agenda of people like Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro and all those other fucks whose names I don't... Like Sean Hannity and all that fucking bullshit. Right now, trans people are the easiest scapegoat because they're the most vulnerable population that isn't actively being abused, slaughtered. Like, some would say potentially genocided. So they're next in line. And we need to stand up for trans people. We need to stand up for... God, so many people to stand up for. I can only... I'm exhausted, man. I've been standing for a while. I've been standing a lot. It's been a while since I've had to make a video like this, and it's just kind of a free-flowing rant about how things are going, but man, I am so tired. And I don't know when it'll get better. Things didn't get better whenever Biden was elected in the United States. They were just put on pause. Because he's basically... he's like an early 2000s Republican. Like, he's not going to fix any of this shit. He doesn't want to put any effort forward, even if he had the ability to do so. Which, arguably, in the last 2 years of his presidency, he probably didn't. I don't know how to make things better. I am one person who lives in a very red area who regularly gets into fights online with white supremacists and Nazis. And I'll do that here, too. I'm perfectly fine with that. They are all dickless, feckless freaks who get off on acts of cruelty and are repulsed by acts of kindness and love. And aside from, like, you know, all the swearing that I do, especially for places like Blighttown here in Dark Souls, and I put a lot of swear words out there, but I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, aside from the Nazis and the white supremacists, I don't put out a bunch of hate. All the swearing, all of the frustrations at the games and things, that's all in good fun. And Nazis and white supremacists and Christo-fascists and Christian nationalists and white nationalists and all those people, you should hate them. We have established over the last 80 years, they are the people that need to be hated. They are the people who will come in and fuck up entire societies for their own pleasure and amusement and benefit. But there has not been an abundance of hate for anybody who does not deserve it. And trans people, immigrants, people who burn flags, they don't deserve it. They have their right to exist, to try and find some measure of happiness in this fucked up world. As much as anybody. And definitely more than the people who are trying to shit on them right now and accuse them of God knows what. So, definitively, get the crystal shield of trans rights. Definitively, for this channel, I want to say, in no uncertain terms, that if you are an immigrant, if you are a trans person, if you are anywhere in the LGBTQ spectrum, if you are autistic, if you have ADHD, if you believe that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a fucking nutjob and needs to be locked up and observed for the rest of his life, if only just to see what that worm did to his brain, you know? No, he's an evil piece of shit. He needs to be locked up in prison, just like the rest of these fucks. If you are the kind of person that is going to be targeted by that kind of person, you're welcome here. Unequivocally. No ifs, ands, or buts. As long as you're not a fascist dick. And, you know, don't be a dick in general. Unless it's kind of funny, but, you know, that's... They're drawing a line between comedy and dickishness, and, you know, there's a Venn diagram. If you're the kind of person who is hated by the kind of people that spew hate, then you are welcome here. You can be an anarchist, an anti-fascist, trans immigrant. You can be religious, you can be anti-religious, as long as you're not a Christo-fascist or a Christian nationalist. Like, no fascists, no nationalists, no national socialists, no clans people. God, the list is so fucking huge, and for half a minute, it looked like maybe the United States was going to take them seriously. That, of course, did not happen. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Anyways, you're welcome here. Until such time as you prove that you, personally, may not be, you are welcome here. You're never going to be rejected based on who you are, inside or out, where you're from, or what you believe in. As long as what you believe in isn't fascism, isn't Nazism, isn't nationalism, we're cool. So, that's the rant. I gotta put him out every now and then, because I gotta talk about it somehow. And I also need people to understand that this is not a safe space for bad people. A lot of the internet is. This is the one part of the internet that I have control over. And my control says, if you're a bad person, you can go fuck yourself. Get fucked. And if there's anything that I can do as an anonymous internet talking head to make your life a little better, you, the person watching this, who is not a fascist or a Nazi or a nationalist, let me know. I will do what I can from where I am. And we'll see what we can do together. Crystal Shield of Trans Rights. Crystal Shield of Jail Reform. Did you know that in the 80s, there used to be a furlough program for prisons? And it was essentially abolished by Reagan. And there's a whole story behind it. But two things happened. Two people abused their furlough ability in California, where there are like 2,800 people or so who had it, and it got... God, I'm right. Fuck me. Okay. Anyways, listen to Behind the Bastards. Just listen to all of it until you get to the part where Robert explains better what I'm trying to talk about here. I'll give you a hint. It dropped this week. The series. It was a 3-parter. Lee Atwater. That's what it was. So listen to that. That's your homework. Try to make the world a better place, and if you get a chance, try to shit on Nazis. Every chance you get. They deserve every bit that you can pour on their fascist little heads. Have a good one.